the Hashshashins, the secretive order of assassins who shaped history. In the shadowy corridors of medieval history, few groups have captivated the imagination quite like the Hashshashins. Mysterious, feared, and shrouded in legend, this secretive sect of assassins operated in Persia and Syria during the 11th to 13th centuries. Their name, derived from the Arabic word hashish, has been linked to tales of drug-induced fanaticism, but their influence extended far beyond myth. The Hashshashins were master strategists, skilled warriors, and pioneers of psychological warfare, leaving an indelible mark on history. Origins: the rise of the Nizari Ismailis. The roots of the Hashshashins trace back to a schism within the larger Ismaili sect of Shia Islam. During the 11th century, the Ismailis fractured into two factions: the Fatimid Ismailis, who ruled Egypt, and the Nizari Ismailis, who sought autonomy under the leadership of Nizar ibn al-Mustansir. The Nizari faction found itself persecuted by the dominant Sunni Muslim rulers of the Seljuk Empire, forcing them to seek refuge in mountainous fortresses across Persia and Syria. Amid this turbulence, a charismatic and brilliant leader named Hassan-i Sabbah emerged. A devout Nizari Ismaili, Hassan was an intellectual who had traveled extensively, acquiring deep religious and strategic knowledge. He arrived in Persia with a vision: to create an unassailable stronghold for his followers. His ambitions materialized in Alamut Castle, a nearly impregnable fortress nestled in the Alborz Mountains. It was from this stronghold that the Hashshashins would rise to prominence, becoming one of the most feared secret societies of the medieval world. The art of assassination and psychological warfare. The Hashshashins employed a method of warfare that set them apart from conventional armies. Rather than engaging in open battles, they specialized in targeted assassinations, striking at key political and military figures who opposed the Nizari Ismailis. These killings were not acts of random violence, but carefully orchestrated political statements designed to instill fear in their enemies. Their targets included Seljuk viziers, Crusader lords, and even rival Islamic leaders. One of their most famous victims was Nizam al-Mulk, the powerful vizier of the Seljuk Empire, who fell to a Hashshashin blade in 1092. The group's strategic precision and ability to eliminate figures of authority without mass casualties made them a formidable force. Unlike common mercenaries, Hashshashin agents were known for their fearless resolve. They infiltrated the courts of their enemies, sometimes serving as bodyguards or trusted advisors before striking at the opportune moment. They rarely sought to escape after an assassination, accepting death as a certainty. This unwavering devotion to their cause made them legendary figures of terror. The myth of hashish and the training of the assassins. Much of what is known about the Hashshashins comes from accounts written by their enemies, particularly Crusaders and Sunni historians, who sought to demonize the sect. One of the most pervasive myths suggests that Hassan-i Sabbah used hashish, cannabis, to intoxicate and manipulate his followers, promising them visions of paradise. This narrative was popularized by Marco Polo and other medieval chroniclers, but historical evidence for such claims remains scarce. In reality, the Hashshashins underwent rigorous training that combined martial arts, stealth, espionage, and religious indoctrination. They were schooled in various languages, geography, and disguise, enabling them to blend seamlessly into enemy territories. Their training emphasized discipline and loyalty rather than blind fanaticism, making them highly effective operatives. Clashes with the Crusaders and the Mongols. As the Hashshashins expanded their influence, they inevitably came into conflict with the Crusaders, who had established states in the Levant. The Crusaders feared the silent blades of the assassins, and their leaders took extensive precautions against assassination attempts. Figures such as Conrad of Montferrat, a king of Jerusalem, fell victim to Hashshashin assassins, demonstrating their reach into European politics. However, it was not the Crusaders who ultimately dismantled the Hashshashin order, it was the Mongols. In the 13th century, Mongol leader Hulagu Khan, the grandson of Genghis Khan, led a brutal campaign against the Nizari Ismailis. In 1256, after prolonged sieges and relentless assaults, the Mongols captured Alamut Castle and systematically destroyed Hashshashin strongholds across Persia. Their network in Syria persisted for a few more decades, but was eventually eradicated by the Mamluks. The legacy of the Hashshashins. Though the Hashshashins were obliterated, their legend endured. The term assassin, derived from their name, became synonymous with targeted killings and covert operations. Their methods of psychological warfare, espionage, and targeted political eliminations inspired countless historical and fictional narratives. Their tactics also influenced later secret societies and intelligence operations, demonstrating that small, disciplined groups could exert disproportionate influence over the course of history. Even modern-day covert organizations have drawn inspiration from the Hashshashins' strategies, proving their relevance beyond the medieval era. Today, the Hashshashins are often romanticized in literature, movies, and video games, such as the popular Assassin's Creed franchise, which draws heavily from their history. However, beyond fiction, their impact on medieval geopolitics was real, shaping the course of Persian, Islamic, and Crusader history in profound ways. While their story is often clouded by legend, the Hashshashins remain one of history's most enigmatic and intriguing secret societies, a brotherhood of shadows that once struck fear into the hearts of kings and sultans alike. Their legacy serves as a testament to the power of strategy, secrecy, and unwavering belief in a cause.